everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel, and this is a mental health update for the month of February. I'm gonna let you know now, February sucked. The first couple of weeks of February were just like an emotional roller coaster for me, because February 2nd was my grandmother's birthday. It is the first birthday that she was not here, so it was a very hard day. And the 11th marked 1 year since a good friend of mine passed away, so the first 2 weeks of February can basically suck it. But I am going to go through and show and tell you how my February went. I also am going to be referring to a year in pixels. I do plan on doing a video about this later on in March, showing you how it's going with the year in pixels. I am liking this because it basically tells me how my mood was each day. I love writing down my moods, but this basically tells me, and it basically looks like this. And I have color coordinated and I can see what my moods are. So I'll basically, just kind of tell you how a week went, okay? It starts off with January 30th through the 5th, and Monday the 30th, I slept okay. I was a little anxious before I went to bed that night, and took my meds. I've been very, very diligent and very good about taking my meds. I have not skipped a day. I've been doing really, really well. The 31st, oh no, hold on, y'all. I skipped a day by accident. I skipped a week by accident and not realizing it, so let's go back. I was extremely productive on the 30th. Tuesday I slept okay. Took a short nap. The first, had a really good productive morning, took my meds and all of that, had a really good day. And so, let me see. The second was, I had a really bad day on the 2nd. I was just very angry. I had a couple of blow-ups and everything, and it was just because of what day it was. It was really hard. It was really bad. Had a couple of crying spells. And I think it's perfectly normal, especially when you have something like BPD and you suffer from depression and you're dealing with this on top of a birthday of someone you lost. Those things together can cause an explosion. And so that's just how I am. I don't deal with death very well in general, and so when something like eventful comes up, like a birthday or anniversary of a death or whatever, it's just really hard to deal with. On the 3rd, the day after, I had much needed self-care, and took my meds and everything. And then the 4th, I had a pretty good morning. I took all of my meds and everything, and I will, the 1st through the 5th, I will talk about my year in pixels. The 1st to the 5th, I had 2 really good days. The 2nd was angry. I was irritated. The 5th, I was all over the place and I was sick. I just felt like really just nauseous. The 5th through the 6th through the 12th, I had 3 sad days in a row. I think it was because I knew what was coming up with the 11th coming up, and it was just really hard to deal with. So, I was doing pretty good. I had got better from the 2nd of my grandmother's birthday, and then it kind of just blew up in my face again because with the 11th coming, it was just a really, really hard day. And it just seemed very surreal because, I don't know how anybody else, it can feel like it's been such a long time since someone passed away, but then at the same time, it feels like it just happened. Death is weird like that. And so I did talk to one of my best friends. Her name is Kristen, and I was just because she knew him also, and I was just checking in with her. I was like, girl, how you doing today? And she was like, I'm just trying to stay busy. I was like, yeah, me too. So I was very productive, even though it was a hard day. So yeah. And I had 3 really sad days, and let's see. And so let me go back to this page. We're going back. The 13th through the 19th, I went back to having some really good days, some really happy days for me anyway. I mean, happy for me may not be the same for you. It may be a normal day for you, but I had some really good days and I can't really complain. I was sick a little bit on the 16th. Yeah, I had a lingering headache that just would not go away, so I was sick. Had some really neutral days. For the majority of the 15th through the 19th, I had pretty good days. Like, my moods were very, very, very calm, and so I didn't really have any mood swings, so it felt really good to get back into a quote-unquote normal routine and just feel really good and not have to worry about whatever. And so we are now on the 20th to the 21st. Really good day on the 20th. The 21st I forgot to write, but I had a good day. I need to put that in. And all of that. So we're here on the 22nd, which I'm filming this, and so we haven't got really to the end of the month yet. But the majority of February, I mean, those first 2 weeks were just hard. And I think it's completely normal, especially when you have two things close together. But now I'm feeling very good. I'm productive. I am having good distractions, you know, when I feel throwing myself into work or, you know, watching one of my favorite movies or listening to music. Those are the things that kind of get me away from any low thoughts, and, you know, what works for me may not work for you. But for the majority of the month, I've been feeling pretty good. I've been feeling pretty well. And I can't complain. You know, I can't complain. The only thing I can do now is just take my medications and work on self-care. To me, this month, I've done a lot of self-care. Like days where I'm just like, I'm not doing this. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just not doing this. And that brings me to like saying no is a complete sentence, and saying no, I will not do that is a complete sentence. You don't owe an explanation. There's no need to elaborate further. And I think I talked about this in a live stream, and I was saying, someone was asking me, you know, how to say no to people. And I said, it's easier said than done, especially if you feel like you're obligated to like say yes to family members or friends. And when you always say yes, they will always ask you. I think all it takes is to tell somebody no a couple of times for them not to ask you. You know, I know nobody asks me for money because I don't lend out money to borrow or whatever. So no one asks me. But even when it comes to people asking me or just me with my work, I have to tell myself, no, do not do this. Not because it's something bad, but because I'm doing too much work, or I see myself getting stressed out or getting anxious. I have to tell myself, no, I am not doing this. I'm going to step away. I'm going to go do something else. And that has really worked for me the last couple of weeks. And also when it comes to people, saying no is great for your mental health, because you cannot do everything. You can't pour from an empty cup. It's great if you're a person where you love to be generous, you love to give, but do not give so much where you're not giving back to yourself. And that's a very, very important thing. You just have to tell people like, no, I'm not doing this. And no is a complete sentence. Someone asks you, hey, can you do this, or can you go somewhere? No, I'm not. And if they ask you why, and it's just say, just no, I'm not doing this. And it's something that you really have to work on, especially if you're a person where you always say yes. So there's been a lot of days this month where I said no to myself. I'm not doing this. Like if I was supposed to film a video on a certain day or take pictures, I'm just like, no, I'm not. Because as much as I love doing what I do, a lot of times I will put more on my plate than I should. Because at the time when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, I can do all this. And then when it comes to the day, I'm just like, no. Because I don't want to feel overwhelmed with my work, because if I'm overwhelmed, I will half-ass it, and that's not something I stand behind. So, yeah, say no to yourself so you can do something for self-care, and saying no to people is also great for your mental health and self-care. So that is what's been going on this month. And I've just been, you know, I've been using the mood tracking stickers, have been working. My friend Maggie sent them to me, and she sent me even more, so I really do like them. But yeah, I just want to give an update on this month. And all about what's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, then go ahead and do that. And I will see you all next time. Bye.